So we're here. We're recording a little bit earlier than usual because I lost my freaking job. And I'm not pointing fingers. I'm never one to do that. I enjoy doing this. As do you, DadMan, correct?
Absolutely.
I just think that you all, as viewers and consumers of this, you're a little bit responsible.
They're culpable.
Culpable. It's like if you drive the getaway car.
Yeah, they're definitely responsible there, yeah.
Or you're in the bank as you one of the bank tellers, which I don't even know if you're allowed to say that on YouTube. So, let's mark it as 2 jobs lost at this point. And I'm not making enough to cover the income that I just lost. But I'll start, long story short, I get into the office. No more than 30 minutes, I'm beckoned to kind of a conference. It's not really a conference room because the company is, it can ill afford a real conference room. It's kind of like a hangout room.
Everything goes on in there?
It's a little bit bigger than a closet. It's a meeting hall of sorts.
Gotcha.
Where if you have great ideas, like let's lose more money, that's where we discuss it.
Yeah.
So I'm beckoned there, and we haven't had too many brainstorming sessions in a while.
Right.
So it's not good. And
they're not going to... You've been doing such a great job. We wanted to bring you in here and tell you.
Yeah, I figured I wasn't getting a raise. I know I haven't talked much about my line of work. I work in finance, and we've been using a lot of red ink just as a euphemism for we're losing a shit ton of fucking money, basically. And I get there, I see this kind of middle-aged blonde woman, and that's like, you might as well show your hand at that point when you see that.
Did she come from corporate?
She's HR.
Did you know stuff. She was HR?
From her demo, blonde, middle-aged woman.
Yeah.
I figured
like they don't know anything about what the business actually is.
Yeah, what else could she be?
Yeah.
So gonna crack one open for all the boys out there who are suffering from the bad economy. Anywho, they say you're canned. They verbatim, actually. They said, get the fuck out, pack your shit, gotta go. Swiftly kicked me in the tuchus, and
explained it's not business, it's personal.
They said it's not us, it's you, and you should go.
We will start to make money if we could get rid of you.
So they handed me a box. I put all my prized possessions like candy and pens in there, and I got to step in.
You get staplers?
I stole, actually, 2 reams of printer paper. Which, if you know how many sheets are in a ream, I don't know how I made it.
100. I was wondering about
100,000 actually.
In a ream.
Yeah, it weighed about a metric ton.
Okay. You use different.
I'm not sure how I made it out of there with that, because it was huge.
Yeah.
It was a hay bale.
Got a security guard to help you put it in your trunk.
But none of you you consumed the content, you enjoyed the content, you didn't subscribe, you didn't like, a few of you commented, but no one thought to say, hey, you're talking about some disturbing shit on the internet, hey, you're saying some inflammatory things on the internet. I thought it was just fun in games where we could say that Rachel Zegler was a cocksucker and get away with it. And none of you guys warned me. And
that was bad.
They found the YouTube channel. I know I glossed over. They said, you're fired, and got out. Now, they pulled up the YouTube channel and said...
At the exit interview.
Is this you? To which I said, no. And they said, we know it's you. You have posted things from our IP address where we're at right now to this channel. And I said, I didn't know IT could do that. And they said, IT can do that. And so I got caught red-handed, whatever.
Yeah.
We've all been there.
Yeah.
We've started the Human Fund. And no one's donated.
And obviously, we're humans, and he's very human, and human in need. Maybe we should rename that. Actually, we're going to rename it. Human in need. Humans.
I'm probably more human than most of the people listening. Let's just be real.
They're reptile people, right? Most of them.
Yeah. I mean,
genetically, I guess they're actually Homo sapiens, but
they're Homo something. And I don't know. I guess I'm just disappointed in you guys.
But we appreciate you all the same.
Do we understand? No.
No.
We don't understand.
We're perplexed.
Yeah, you know, so many. As a matter of fact, and this I think is karma. I'm going to pull it up. We were discussing, literally minutes, and I mean minutes before I got fired. I was reading and responding to a comment on our channel. And I'll read it to you because they were very nice to you. And I was very nice in defending you.
Why'd you have to defend me if they were nice to me?
Well, I was lying. Accurate. But
I get so much heat.
You do. And I don't know why.
Actually, I didn't know that until I said it, and then you kind of confirmed it.
So, at Stuff4826, very original screen name.
Sure.
This was on our latest podcast. And I don't remember the exact context. I'm trying to remember. We were talking about how I became desensitized to like disturbing content
from watching all these
snuff videos. Yeah, which in my youth I did watch, and apparently HR had a problem with that too. So join the fucking list if you have a problem with that. But anyways, and this is actually kind of
one time I said did the curtains match the drapes, and they were mad at me. I was just a simple question. He was a guy, but it's still.
Redheads are sensitive, man.
He wasn't
a natural redhead?
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew he was an imposter. So he said, stupid people thinking they're smart, in quotation mark. That's the law of diminishing returns, LOL. I don't know, do you remember saying that?
Yes, it's not. I was right. I'm not trying to be smart. It's just a very basic concept.
That is a basic concept. And I said, I will have you know, DadMan is the most respected man in his field. This, of course, is in a figurative sense. I'm talking literally. The field is about 20 yards by 40 yards, but gee dang it, he's the most respected man there. And I didn't even see this yet. He said, it is funny, I'll give you that. Play it harder. There are so many armchair specialists now, thanks to YouTube. He already sounds unbudgeable. Just leave a brief pause after his statements. Provoke him more, maybe. Is he really your dad? He is. And that's why we do this.
Yeah. I'm his dad.
At one point, I did think a good storyline would be to try to convince people that I was you and I was recording with myself. Like a madman.
But then you started getting medication for that, didn't you? And it cleared up?
And then the voices went away. And that was my inspiration. But now this is my only line of employment. And I'm not making much. Definitely not enough for the street drugs that I was addicted to that also kind of played a major role in
Boy, did inflation hit the old street drugs, huh?
Oh, man. You would not imagine how tariffs have affected black tar heroin.
I thought fentanyl was going to just go through the roof.
I think it's in... You know what? I was thinking about it. I'm the first person to be affected by Trump's tariffs.
Well, one of the first.
No,
one of the first.
We're East Coast. I will dox that.
Oh, yeah, that's how it works. So we're the first ones to get the cargo, right?
And it was a first thing in the morning.
You realize...
The tariffs were why I got fired.
L.A.
They said, we would do anything to keep you, but we got to let you go.
We really want you to stay. Please pack your shit and get out of here.
They gave me a cardboard box, but they're like...
You have to buy your own tape to tape it up. It's not It's like, in a flattened version before you take the bottom.
I have to assemble.
Here's a box. Well, can I get no?
They hand me the mail container. They're like, you are gonna have to stop back in and give this back to
bring
us.
this back. Can you bring this back?
You're like, it's U.S. or I don't fucking know, but
USPS.
Yeah, they're like it's illegal for you to keep this. But yeah, man, I'm like a front. Like during COVID, there was like frontline workers.
Essential
Essential frontline tariff layoff.
Yeah.
So if
the
economy does get better, I think it's because of my sacrifice.
You worked for a company in a specific field. I don't want to get into specifics for your sake.
Well, I was a doctor and a lawyer and a
you would
spaceman.
I've been to space. That was horrifically unprofitable. And
I thought we were talking about my personal life.
No, we weren't. Having an MBA doesn't mean I'm smart, but I know enough about business to know when you bleed red ink, people are gonna start hitting the exits.
Well, and maybe everyone
actually that's verbatim from a business book. That's the only thing it said in it, and they paid like $150.
Yeah. You guys were moving, and I threw out some of my old college textbooks.
Yeah.
I was like, this is the real fucking Ponzi scheme that I need to print college textbooks, or rather get it published college textbooks. It's like literally the minute it's worse than a car. The minute you open the book, it's worth nothing.
Yeah.
But you need it for your class, and it's $1,000.
At one time, I had a freaking econ class that had. I gotta get. That's our third member. So okay. Well, everybody, and this has happened to everybody, where there's a required book. It was an econ class, and so there was a nonfiction book that was part of it, that talked about a particular, I don't know what it was, some kind of principle. Catcher
in the Rye.
Yeah, that was it.
He was a really big John Lennon fan.
And I bought it, and I read it, and halfway through, I was like, we're probably not going to... it's like, well, thanks, asshole. I spent all that time and money. It wasn't that expensive, but I read the damn thing, and I didn't really want to.
Yeah.
And I know I'm the only idiot who read the book, and we're not even going to discuss it. But if you have required books, I'm talking to professors out there, they better be required.
Oh, my gosh, yeah. If you ever had this, the school that I went to, one of them was published by the professor. He's like, you got to get it. And it's like...
Is that legal? Is there a conflict of interest, perhaps?
There should be, in my opinion. Which means less now than it did just 5 hours ago.
Your old stock dropped.
Homeless people won't even look at me on the streets.
Yeah. Well, they don't talk to me either, so it's not you.
I was driving home after I got canned.
Did you run anybody over? Make you feel better.
I saw 2 Amish people and a man in a construction vest on a cherry picker. And the Amish people are just watching the guy do work. And I thought...
That's why you brought him down here.
Why can't I be that?
I can watch people work.
Let me be the little Amish boy of your company.
Well,
just pay me my wages and let me do my little dance.
I don't think they can operate power tools. We live in an area. There's several around the United States, so I don't want to let you know where we're at.
We import Amish people.
Yeah,
some states import Indians, and I have very specific tastes.
And the price of Amish people has stayed very stable over the years.
That doesn't inflate.
Nope.
They don't even know what inflation is. They don't know what helium balloons are. They don't play sports.
No.
They don't have tires.
I never thought... well, that's true. They don't... I never thought they don't play sport. I wonder, what they do.
I was going to say something, and I think I'm going to say it. I think they sexually assault each other. And I'm going to bleep that, because I have to. because I play by the rules.
True that.
But I watch Little Women. I know what that movie's about, and that's what it's about.
Little Women's about what?
All the women are like, yeah, we keep getting
assaulted,
diddied in the night, and the men weren't doing anything about it.
Is that what it's about?
And they're like, we're gonna leave and take the kids, and the men are like,
please don't. No,
you can't do that.
We don't know how to cook.
They're like, well, are you gonna do anything about the guy? And they're like, So I mean, the men end up winning. I think. I don't know. They always do.
I didn't watch it. Somebody started to explain it to me. I understood a portion of it.
So I lost my train of thought. Anyways, short story short, let me be your Amish retard.
You could do that.
I can play by the rules. I can be a company man.
You realize that you happen to catch them at a time when they aren't working like human slaves, right?
They are very good at PR. Very good at PR. They're known as hard workers. Their
PR is not that good.
The thing that I like about talking shit on the Amish,
they're non-violent.
They're never gonna hear it.
Well, that too. Plus, they're non-violent. You could kick the living crap out of them, and according to their religion, they just take it.
Well, I did not know that, but I can use that to my advantage.
Well, I saw it in a movie. I'm not 100% sure it's correct. I want to talk about this guy who gave me a hard time about law of diminishing returns.
Yeah,
I think I'm right, and I don't.
We kind of discussed it during the podcast. It wasn't perfectly applicable to what we were talking about.
Hey, whose side are you on, Mr. Anonymous Weird Email or me?
Depending on how much money he sends us, I might be on his side.
Actually, I'd be on his side if he sends us stuff.
It's got to be 5 figures, though.
No, fuck, $100. I'm your friend.
Well, in installments.
Over time.
100 a day for a year.
Yeah. No, I probably do sound like somebody's trying to be smarter than he is, and that's not what it is. It's I am delusional and actually think I'm smart.
You can't be faulted.
But I'm also smart enough to know that that's probably not true. I just say stupid things that come into my head. So.
Oh, me too.
Yeah, but he made me mad.
How do you think I got fired?
Hey, boss lady, how pregnant are you? I'm not pregnant.
She said, good morning. I said, I'll catch you later. No, that's not a good one.
I said,
see you next week. I was coming into the office. But yeah, I mean, it's still an open wound. If you feel bad for me, I mean, I don't blame you.
You should.
I don't want you to, but if you could.
Insensitive pricks.
Yeah. And figure out how to send us money. That's step one.
I don't think it's that hard. I mean, we can't figure it out, but fuck.
Maybe $10 for the first one, and then we can go up from there.
Oh, yeah.
But if everyone who watches this
if they double it every day, by the end of the year, you'll have a lot of money.
Yeah.
Right?
The math on that, it works. Yeah. For us.
You're going to have a hard time, personally, though. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Look at a second mortgage on the house, maybe, or third. Or...
Make me your Amish retard. That's what I would like. YouTube. I play ball.
You would look so stupid in those hats, though. I
could rock denim on denim all day.
That's not a hat, okay?
And then I don't fucking what kind of hats do they wear? Straw hats? I'll wear a rice hat.
You saw an Amish person today.
You know.
No, it's made of lead.
I was mainly impressed with the denim on denim.
Yeah.
What about the technology that goes into that, guys?
Sewing by hand?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's very.
Is it a metal needle? Technology went into that.
They're not cave people.
I know, but it's like, where do you draw the line?
Well, I think at the needle they do.
You churn the butter. Horses. Who invented horses?
I looked that up. They don't know.
I don't think it was. I think it was pre-Ford.
Yeah, pretty sure.
At least.
Yeah.
Yeah. Think about it.
Yeah.
And another thing that I saw, so you're in like a new developing plan. Just the faces of people who are actively employed and working and in the
they look real happy.
in
I'm
the
sure.
heat of it. They look dumber than the Amish. And I looked at myself in the mirror and I said, "You're dumber than they are. You're a bigger loser than these guys."
Come on. Look, I have a lot of it. I'm glad.
This is how you know it's bad, fans, when your dad doesn't pick on you, instead seeks to protect you.
Yeah, you don't want to go there. It's bad. No, I mean, I people that go out there, get shit done, work with their hands, make things happen.
Yeah, they're not losers. I do apologize.
But the look on their face, if you ever see them, they look like they would rather be like in an acid bath. I mean, dude, don't look happy.
Very true. Very true. And could I do that?
But I look like that all the time, personally.
That was why I was successfully employed as long as I was employed.
Because you kept that...
The look of constipation. Which I know there's also consternation, but I know what I said and I meant what I said.
Yeah.
If you look constipated, people generally don't approach you. And they also think you're probably doing something
There's a person
important.
we know who has that look on her face.
Oh.
Maybe you have a friend that he's a very nice person and easy to talk to, but there just looks like there's something bubbling under the surface of rage.
Yeah. Like he could stop at the post office anytime soon.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And they would say, "Hey, you don't look happy. We would prefer you leave."
What's that Mac 10 doing under your arm? Why are you aiming at me?
That's a gun, not a computer. For folks that didn't know.
Yeah. I think it's Chinese. I don't know.
Mac.
Now that's a people who are hardworking and respectable. And we were talking about...
You know a lot of Chinese people?
I've heard a lot about Chinese people.
And?
They're very hardworking and studious.
They are hardworking. Something about the Asians. I don't know what happened to them in their deep, deep past, but genetically speaking...
Very honorable people.
Well, they definitely are, but man, they could outwork the shit out of white people, I'll tell you that.
Yeah. Well,
it's like, well, it's between you and this Asian guy. Like, okay, well, thanks
you lost, yeah.
Thanks for having me in.
I lost a math competition to a retarded Asian. That's where
their level of retard is way higher than ours.
They don't even exist. There's
well,
no
they call them that. They're just people that aren't as good at math as the normal Asian folk. I remember I worked at this place. It was a really bad job. So it was kind of like what I wanted to consider a post-career type job just to get me to retirement. And this job blew. But anyway, he was an Asian guy. I'm like, dude, you got to be smarter than this, man. You can't be doing the same stupid thing I'm doing and all these other people are doing. But he was not. I was really surprised. I felt like you were the only middle-aged Asian male who was this stupid.
Maybe he was Hawaiian and just looked more Asian.
Don't. That's racism.
They pass.
No, they don't.
Yeah.
To you, everybody who isn't lily white and look like they're from Sweden is Oriental.
Hey, I don't like the Swedes either, bud.
I didn't say you liked them. I said the certain look of them.
Yeah, I'm not a white supremacist.
You're like super white though.
I just hate the Indians.
Glow in the dark white.
And not the natives. I love the natives.
So when he is out in the sun...
I smoked tobacco with a Native American once. Did you know that?
No, I didn't. Nobody cares. So when he's outside, he is so white, it's like putting a fork in the microwave. It's like crackling.
I've done that before.
No.
Completely broke the microwave.
It's not good for them, I guess.
Yeah, it broke it.
You can't put metal in it.
I know.
What? I didn't... They should tell you that.
It should be on the microwave.
Huge warning.
You're just supposed to know that.
Yeah. Like you're born with that
How
knowledge.
did the fucking first person figure that
I
out?
didn't invent it. I wouldn't know. So you free. He's going to freestyle there.
I'll free ball it just to end this off.
Because I got to go to the bathroom.
What I will say, is thank you if you stuck through the whole 20-some minutes of this, because this has been therapeutic. It's not hyperbolic. I really did lose my job. It's painful, but I am still going to release episodes. In fact, we're going to record the long form podcast immediately following this recording. So I appreciate the support. Honestly, even in good times or bad times, this is something I enjoy. I get to record with my dad and get to talk to you great folks. So I appreciate it. Be sure to subscribe because that helps a ton, and just comment whatever. You can make fun of me below, or words of wisdom. Doesn't matter.
Words of wisdom. Make fun of other people, like the Amish.
Or, I don't know, maybe your PayPal account, and
Venmo?
Venmo, and
I don't know what that is, but I think it's got something to do with money.
I'll send you a picture of the administrative page of my YouTube, so you know it's me, and send me like, how much? 100?
Well, I mean,
I'll split it.
You can't send too much. I'll just say that.
Yeah, maybe if you got $1,000 laying around, that would be cool. But any other parting words?
No, money helps everything, though, right? So if you want to, instead of commenting this week, I would say contribute.
Let me borrow your social security number?
You know what? I wouldn't even know what to do with somebody else's social security number.
Yeah, dude, the last time I got a credit card was like 6 years ago.
Really?
Maybe more. Like applied for a credit card.
Oh.
And then you just get ones in the mail.
Yeah. You've been pre-approved.
I don't even know what the fuck to do with those. Is that how you buy a house? I don't know.
I bought my first house with a credit card. It was a toy house, but it was my first one.
The loan terms probably weren't favorable.
No, they were terrible.
We ended up burning that house anyway, so.
It was fun.
Joke's on them. Well, thank you. See ya, and fuck you.